People online really think home birth is just crossing your fingers and hoping and dreaming nothing goes wrong. But that's not how home birth works. And it definitely is not how trained midwives work. Hi, I'm Alice. I'm a homemaker, mom, and two-time home birth mama. And today we're going to deep dive into what home birth actually is. Not the myths, not the internet fear, the truth. And if you've seen anything online recently, I know it's been buzzing on Twitter about home birth, I got you. We're gonna bring you back to reality. If you're exploring home birth or even just curious, this video is going to give you clarity that I wish more women had access to. I'm not gonna go into every little detail, but we are going to hit on a lot of them. If you have any questions, I want you to leave them down below. First, I want to discuss why I chose home birth. I chose home birth twice now. I didn't choose home birth because it sounded cool or alternative. I chose it on purpose. There's a lot of reasons that I chose home birth, but the number one is that I didn't want to be rushed. I wanted a birth where I could be at home, comfortable. I didn't want people checking the clock and deciding that I was going too long. I wanted space to move, breathe, and actually listen to what my body was telling me. Women have been doing this forever, since the dawn of man. And I trust my midwives. I trust their training. I trust birth itself. My births at home were calm, safe, supported, and nothing like what people imagine when they've only seen dramatic hospital births on TV or heard stories about all of the horrible things that can happen during a birth. Most of those are really rare. So let's talk about what midwives actually do. I do have a midwife attendant at my home births. It's something that's important to me, just in case, because you know what? Anything could happen. So let me say something unpopular. Most people have no idea what a midwife actually does. I didn't before I actually started working with one. They are not sitting in the corner with essential oils. They're trained medical professionals. Midwives are watching everything. They're watching your vitals, labor patterns, your behavior, how baby's tolerating labor. They catch early signs of complications and they transfer before something becomes dangerous, not after. Their biggest thing is watching for anything that is a deviation from normal. And because they aren't juggling 5 other patients like you do at the hospital, their eyes are on you the entire time. Home birth with trained midwives is not anti-medical. It's a different model of care, one that's personal and hands-on. I had medications right here on hand in case something happened, and my midwives could administer them. There's some medications that an RN would be needed for, and that really just depends on what the regulations are in your state. I want to talk about why home birth is not reckless, which has been a major topic right now online. The biggest criticism I hear is, what if something goes wrong? But you never hear people ask, what if everything goes right? Most births progress normally. Most complications show signs long before they're emergencies. This is why trained attendants make all the difference. Myself, I was being monitored for preeclampsia before birth. And if there was a need for me to go into the hospital, I absolutely would have. Home birth is not avoiding help. It's choosing a care model that honors physiology, respects pacing, and intervenes only when necessary. Choosing to birth at home didn't mean that I was ignoring risks. It meant I understood them and was supported by people who knew how to keep me safe. All right, next I want to talk about what my home births were actually like. And they were both really different. They were calm, they were intuitive, and they were supported by both my husband and my midwives, and this last one, my mom too. My first one went a lot faster, or easier, not faster. My second one went faster. They weren't rushed, there was no pressure, no one forcing me onto a bed, no one telling me my body wasn't doing it fast enough. With my second, my contractions were averaging about 30 seconds long, which if you've ever given birth is a really short contraction. So it took a lot more pushes than with my first, and I was a little more sore, but it was still peaceful. I was a little nervous and I had some fear with my second, and that really affected my birth. But that was mostly because my midwives almost didn't make it, and that story's coming. My midwives were really surprised at how quickly I progressed, how little I bled, and how little I tore. They even didn't use much from the home birth kit. Birth doesn't always have to be chaotic. Sometimes it's just birth. One thing I really want to address right now, especially because there's been a lot of discourse over it recently, is the Free Birth Society controversy. I think this is really important to address because it's been everywhere. If you've been on Twitter, even Facebook, Instagram, we're seeing a lot of things about home birth right now because there's a huge controversy with the Free Birth Society. The Guardian recently published an investigation linking the Free Birth Society, or FBS, to multiple stillbirths, neonatal deaths, and serious injuries in birth where there was no professional support and no prenatal oversight. I'll link the article down below for you to take a look at, but I warn you, it's really hard to read. I do not agree with the Free Birth Society stance on birth. I do not support treating unassisted birth as a moral ideal. And yes, parts of the movement are absolutely cultish. But here's the nuance. Free birth itself, the idea of giving birth without a hospital environment, and sometimes without an attendant, can be safe under the right conditions. I had to prepare myself in case I had to free birth because of how quickly my births progress. It can be safe when a mother has prenatal support. It can be safe when there's risk screening. It can be safe when there's emergency planning and awareness. What makes the Free Birth Society ideology dangerous is the rejection of all skilled support, the dismissal of red flags, and the belief that intuition alone replaces medical knowledge. I don't think that birth needs to be a huge medical event, but sometimes you do need medical support. Birth outside a hospital is not the issue. Birth without skill, without information, and without support, that's where lives are put at risk. So let me be clear. I support home birth with trained midwives, prenatal care, and the ability to transfer. I don't support fear-based groups telling moms to avoid all professionals. And I've recently learned that we do have a state in our union that does not allow licensed professionals to attend home births. That is a whole other topic that we will be covering on another day. So what home birth is not. It's not luck. It's not reckless. It's not anti-medical, and it's not go it alone no matter what. Home birth is informed, supported, intentional, and based on real risk assessment. You can love birth, trust your body, honor physiology, and still respect the role of skilled attendants. If you're considering a home birth, if you're exploring your options and home birth is something that you think might be something for you, might pique your curiosity, here are the things that matter most. Interview midwives early. Make sure you trust them. Learn your state laws. They vary a lot. Prepare your birth space, whether that's lighting, warmth, comfort, mobility, whatever is important to your risk factors. A good midwife will be honest with you about them. Have a transfer plan, not out of fear, out of wisdom. You guys saw my transfer bag and it's still come in handy even at home. Understand your choices. Don't make decisions because someone online told you to. They're not the ones doing the research for you. Trust your intuition, but pair it with real information. I hope this gave you a clearer, calmer picture of what home birth really looks like. Save this video for your birth prep, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more calm motherhood and birth truth content. I'm here to dispel the myths. Birth is not something to fear. Your body was made for this, and you deserve support, not fear and not ideology, no matter what side that's coming from.